Hello there, I'm Samantha. In today's class, we're going to learn how to use the pulse to open up our body more. So the pulse is a bouncing movement. It's a dynamic stretch and strengthen. And to help us use the pulse and really get into this movement, we'll engage our roots and our wings. So the roots is the lower part of the body, the hips, the legs, and the feet. And the wings is our arms. And we're going to use a strap today. So if you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf or a tie. And we'll go ahead and mindfully come to a kneeling position. And first, root down in the lower half of the body. From the side, you can see that I've pressed the tops of the feet into the floor and I'm dragging it back, giving myself a resistance, and then energetically pressing the knees away from each other to mound the glutes upward. So once I've got a good root going on, I can test it by pulsing back and forth, up and down. And then I'm going to take my strap and take a seed hand while holding the strap. Hold the strap taut, a little bit wider than the shoulders. And this is going to give you some self-resistance to press out into. So too many times if we just lift our arms up, we're just lifting it up from the shoulders and the rest of the arms not being engaged. And we want to engage our arms so we can open up the body a little bit more. It helps in the opening. So press your seed hands away from each other, press the resistance, and get deep in the armpits. And then start to pulse. You exhale, sit the hips back. Inhale, pulse your hands down. And then you use your breath to help pump the pulse. Exhale down, inhale up. Good, now we'll switch directions. It's a little bit trickier. We're going to inhale down, exhale up. And your arms might get a little tired. Try to lift up from underneath the armpits. And we'll press our hands out once more. And then we're going to sway the ribs. So start to sway them side to side. The hips are just staying static right now, pressed back. Seaweed sway with the strap. So feel free to root the hips back when you feel it to test your pulse, to make sure you still got engagement back there. And then feel how you can tremendously open the side body when you keep a resistance with your arms. All right, add a little bit of hip here, side to side, lateral movement of the hips. Rooting with the legs, rising with the arms and the heart. Good. And then we'll take a pause here and feel. So we're not used to pressing the arms forward. We either just flip them up, we're keeping the back full. Letting the shoulders go up and broad. And breathe. Come up to high knees again. Still getting rooted. And start to bounce and find a pulse there. Good. And we'll lift our hands. Take the hands behind the head. And keep the elbows forward towards your cheeks, towards your nose. Fill in to the back ribs. The place between your shoulder blades gets big. And then root and rise. When you root, your hips go back. When you rise, you can open your belly, press your head into your hands to stretch the front belly. Root and rise. Pair it with your breath. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. All right, now we're going to crescent or arc to the right. And you can pulse your hips back, and then on the inhale, you rainbow over even more. Keep your face forward. So the tendency here is to turn the neck. Keep the face forward, arc in the side. Drop your right hand to the right thigh, and use that push into thigh to help open the left side more. Use the pulse to explore the opening. Good, come to center. Nice, and then we'll take the hands back to the head. Elbows forward, push the back heart back. Elbows forward, inhale, rise. Exhale, pulse. And then arc it over to the left. Open up, crescent. Feel your pulse. Root and rise. Drop the left hand to the thigh. Good, and then come back center. We'll take our strap once more. Spring load the hips back, shift the weight to the right, and step the left foot forward. Doesn't have to go forward too much. If it's forward a lot, the hips will press forward and the tail will tuck. So slide it back. Now it's very important to get rooted in the lower body. So I'm going to press the front, the ball, the paw of my left foot into the floor, dig it in deeply and drag it back, making a tone in the back of this leg. And I'm going to tone the standing leg as well by dragging back on the top of my foot. Okay, we got rooted. Yeah, you can test your pulse to see if you're rooted or not. It's pretty steady. You've really sunk some roots into the earth. Now take your strap, just like we did before, seed hands, push the seeds forward, press your back. Pulse. Cool. And then we're going to start to arc over to the right. And inhale back up. And then we're going to exhale, arc over to the left. Head back, heart back. Once more, arc over to the right. And then bring the right hand down. Keep your strap in it. And make sure it's slid out pretty far, about 2 or 3 feet away from the right knee. Exhale, you root back. Inhale, you rise. Push resistance out in your arms. Bow your belly. And then find your pulse here. That dig, drag action in the feet, so important to keep you rooted. That resistance with the strap helps you rise and open. Good. Exhale down and then float up. Get out of it the way you came in. Spring load, hips to the left. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot forward. Dig, drag in the paws. Test your pulse and your roots. Push forward your strap. Start to pulse and arc left. And inhale, rise. Exhale, pulse right. And inhale, rise. And then once more to the left. Slide the left hand out a lot. Yeah. Root the hips back. Dig, drag on the feet. And then rise. Press into the resistance, opening that strap taut. Use that to help you get longer. Here's another place where the head starts to tilt up. Keep it forward, maybe looking at your left hand. And then exhale, root back and arc with a long belly. Beautiful. You can set your strap aside. Set your strap aside. Or just throw it over there. And then come to a standing position mindfully. And then just simplify an earth pose. So the tendency is to wrestle about and move and check the watch or the phone. But let's just find stillness, find our breath. Feel your feet. Yeah. Okay. Fill up your radiant heart so the rib cage gets big and buoyant. So we transferred from the floor to standing. You might feel a little dizzy. We were working really hard on the floor. So find your space now. The horizon eyes is very settling for the nervous system. You can see everything that's going on. The most information can be taken in. So breathe into that safety, that knowledge. Fill in through the full heart. And shift the weight into the right foot. Yeah. Deep drag. Lift the left into a square leg. So I've got my ankle flexed here so I can drag back and turn on the back of that leg. All right, now watch me. I'm going to bend both knees at the same time. Keep the ankle flexed. Step forward, just a little baby step. And then lift up onto both the paws of both feet. So I got a little hovering heel going on. Good. Distribute the weight equally between both roots. So I'm not back and I'm not forward in one leg. I'm in both. So I can dig, drag the feet, get rooted now. Now I'm going to place my thumbs to the crown of my head. And then exhale and root. Inhale. I'm going to stretch up my head into my thumbs. And then exhale, root. Inhale, push up into the thumbs. I know it takes a lot. It looks easy. Good. One more time. Push up. Belly long. And then exhale. Come all the way onto your right foot. Keep your hands still on that crown. Push tall. Cross the left leg over the right and press that left paw down in front of you on the floor as a kickstand. Yeah. Press your knees away from each other. Root. Inhale, rise. One more. And rise. Release the hands mindfully. Float the heart and step back. Find your breath. Weight the left foot. Dig, drag, lift the right. Keep the ankle flexed. Both knees touch down, toes first. Good. Hovering heels. Lift the heart. Exhale, root. Hands can come to the crown or they can stay at the horizon. Yeah, pretend like you've got that strap still. You've got resistance. Use that to lift your heart. Cool. Go back into your full left foot. Cross the right leg all the way over the left. Yeah, press that right paw down on the floor. Good, resist knees away from each other. Put that crown back on. Exhale, root, inhale, rise, open belly long. And one more. Good, mindfully release. Sit, step wide, sit, to step wide. Hurdling the mat, full heart floats, hips back, knees resist, touchdown. Dome slide to springs. Walk back and come to all fours. Simplify here. Float the ribs, expand in all directions. Root in the legs here, so pressing into the backs of the feet. Knees resist. Pelvic rotates upward. Now turn on the wings, squeeze the base palms. The elbows are outward, broad shoulders. Yeah, and we'll pulse back and forth here. So only pulse so far back that you can keep the sits bones separate. Keep your central channel open. Keep that base, full heart, tuck the toes under, lift the knees, crouching cats with the same spinal alignment. And we're gonna walk our cat. So walk a hand and a foot forward. Keep that alignment, the heart high. And go backwards. Come back to your mat. And simplify all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, come up to the crouching cat, and twisted cat left. Sit your hips on the floor by your feet. Come into a seated twist. Yeah, keep your base palms pressing and the palms hollowing slightly, soft fingers. Keep your wings engaged. That's going to help you keep your heart full. Yeah. Keep your roots engaged here by keeping your feet on the floor. They're not passive here. They're just engaged. So are your arms. Use that to help you pulse. Pulse into an opening that makes sense in your body right now. Good. Since your feet are already tucked under, it's easy to lift back up to the cat and twist it the other way. Sit the hips on the floor by the feet. Keep the feet rooted. Keep the base palms rooted. Use that rooting on both sides, on both ends, to help you find a pulse. Use the pulse to explore your fascial opening. Slide the right hand in front of you. Tilt the head towards the floor. Let the right ribs rise towards the ceiling. Slide it to your side. Roll the head back. And then walk yourself back on the mat, one body part at a time, with your arms off the floor. Move the hips. Move over the ribs. Move the head. Just like that. Cool. Bring your hands over your shoulders to a chin-up bar, so like you're holding onto a chin-up bar, and you're pulling yourself up on that. That makes your ribs get full. Good. And then make your hips heavy. Tilt your pelvis so your pubic bone goes towards the back side of your mat, and your belly gets long. Cool. Press your head back and your throat open. Now take your feet off the floor and then press your heels to the floor and then take a water wheel. So push the wheel, drag your heels back. Keep a resistance. Good. Square legs. Reach your hands to a V vector. So pretend like you have that strap. If you still got your strap with you, hold it here and press resistance away. That's a good idea. I shouldn't have thrown my strap across the room earlier. All right. And then take the knees a little bit to the left and the arms a little bit to the right. Press that resistance away with your strap, real or imaginary. Imaginary works good too. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, and then find a pulse that helps you open the fascia. So there's an engagement in the legs here and in the arms. Yeah, bring it center. And then the other way. I'm not collapsing and noodling into this stretch. Good. And your pulse can always be a little bouncy pulse, or it could be a big root and rise, like a slow. Both are beneficial and have their time and space. So trust yourself to feel it through. Yeah. And then come back to center. And then we'll untuck the bum. Stretch the legs long, one at a time. And then pull our shoulder blades out from under our back with a hug arm. Tilt the head back. And then take the arms down to the sides for assimilation for a few moments. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale all the way. Again, inhale through the nose, and exhale. Start to wake up the body. And then roll over onto your side. With the eyes open. Slide yourself up to seated. Thank you for practicing today. Beautiful health and happiness. Namaste.